Okay, so probably try to do one race in an ATV and another not. Although I already did bike freestyle, I don't know. But let's give this another shot. And double check we've got this thing all upgraded. It's not all upgraded on the world. Guess I just didn't save my changes from last time. I do have some cash to burn now, at least a little bit, but I should probably, well, I don't know what to do now about the idea of saving up for new vehicles or not. So right now I'm just equipping all the upgrades I already have. Is this actually an upgrade or is it just visual? I always thought that was visual. I know it costs more. Likewise for those. This visual, I imagine. Okay, all the body stuff except for weight seems to be visual. Okay, that's a pretty marginal difference. Whatever. I guess I'm fine with keeping this thing a little lighter. Okay. Okay, yes. So now we should be pretty good, right? We got our nice engine here. Very good. I just wish I could have blown all that money that I spent on a new bike on other upgrades for vehicles if I had to not use my new bike after that. But yeah, I imagine that before I do, I guess, a supercross race on the bike, I imagine before I do that I'll give the bike some more upgrades. Ah, shoot. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, what I thought was an important message was someone feeling the need to ping almost 400 people for a basic question. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah. A little late. Oh well. Ah, I have analog control suckers. See what you can do against that. It's very chill music for an ATV race, in my opinion. Like I might think this sounds alright on like a Tony Hawk game where you've got kind of a laid back, tricking around the city sort of feel to it, but this is kind of strange to be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna need to relearn when to preload on everything now. Like there, preload feels excessive, but the turn right before it I absolutely needed to preload. There, I don't know if the preloading did anything because I did it early. Here, probably should have. Hey, I can actually, at least I can do like partial preloads again now. Which I did not do just now, but even so. But the one part to be careful of, the one thing that really messes me up is a little bit ahead of here. One thing I screwed up on multiple times in the last lap. Right here. This here. Of course, by taking it slowly, someone gets ahead of me there. This is another Fury guy. What are you doing? Yeah, this is kind of killing the atmosphere, guy. Just stop it. What in the world is happening? Can I skip a song? Where are the... Okay, trick book is not the full controls. Oh, you used to be able to click the stick to skip the song. Well, I guess we'll just have to live with it. Someone just ate it real hard there. Okay. I have to get ahead of this guy. He's getting quite ahead of me. Sorry, I was trying to fiddle with my radio as I was driving here. Yeah, no, don't preload there. That's way excessive. Don't have to turn too hard because you know what can happen. The song is also just weirdly quiet. That's another thing that's bugging me. But yeah, I don't know why they removed the ability to skip a song. There you go. Preloaded kind of early there on purpose. To get better. I don't even remember hearing this song before. Where did this song come from? Okay, well now the problem is I just need to be able... Whoa, I didn't press that. Calm down there. Now I need to figure out how in the world to catch up to this guy. Stay ahead, ideally. Don't hit that. You hit that. Well, it's gonna take me a while to catch back up again, I feel like. It took me a while to catch up the first time. Hear how hard I'm preloading here. Yeah. Coming up that hill effectively and efficiently is kind of difficult. Yeah, great. Land sideways, lost all of my traction. I'm gonna have to take another crack at this. I hate to have to keep redoing this particular race, but I don't know what's giving me such a problem here. Well, wiping out is what's giving me a problem. I can catch, well, I've been able to catch up generally, and more or less... I didn't touch that! Controller, why are you doing this to me now? No, stop, please. Oh my... Okay, get it out of your system, controller. Come on. Well, I forgot you use the right stick to go forward and backwards. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot you can use all the triggers to respawn too. Okay, let's take another shot at that now with the controller not doing what it just did. This Aster guy is a problem. Man, the game is so strict sometimes about staying on the track. Yeah, as long as nothing dumb happens, I do fine in this race. It's just that dumb things keep happening. And it's quite a long race to try to get no dumb things to happen at all. Some of these turns I just need to take with sufficient confidence. Like some of these... Oh no! I didn't even... Why did it hold the trick? I wasn't... Usually it just flickers a button press too. It doesn't hold the thing down. This is unprecedentedly bad for my controller here. Yeah, some of these turns I just need to take sufficiently confidently. There, that's a problem. I need to be more careful there. That's what I'm afraid of when I turn too hard. Or that going even worse and me landing while moving too quickly sideways and ended up wiping out. I guess I know how to not veer off on the left on that part now. Just did not, or something. Oh, good. Start moving a little far back every time now. Could you not? Didn't expect it to start. I didn't expect that to be right in the middle of the road. Well, now it's gonna take me forever to catch back up. Oh, and not any easier when I have stuff like this to contend with. Again, the problem is that when you're not ahead, it's hard to be fast. Very precise, that jump there, if you want to take it as efficiently as possible. But yeah, sometimes I just need to take turns really aggressively. I get a little... I need to... It's kind of hard to take into account that... Oh, that, I can turn really hard without losing grip, so I can turn really quickly and efficiently. That's just falling behind in it. But if I happen to leave the ground for a moment like that, it can turn into a much bigger problem. Game, don't you dare talk about me being off the track. I mean, look for a second like I cut that turn by accident, but it started calling me out way too early. This game has a tendency to say you're off the track when you're visibly on the track. It's very strange. I don't know why in the world it would be so aggressive about it. The game right before this was perfectly fine about it, I felt like. There were times where, yeah, I did cut a turn, like, egregiously hard, and then paid for it. I never feel like the game was being too aggressive about it, I just felt like it got too greedy. This game, there are lots of cases where, whoops, I just veer a little off to the side in what I thought was a totally illegal manner. Now it says you're off the track. No! For the love of God, stop. This one I'm gonna have to like keep the stick neutral whenever I'm in the air as much as I can, because otherwise there's a risk of doing a trick by accident. Because the controller sends random button inputs. But as long as you don't hold direction, you won't do a stun. I don't know if it even matters if I do early reloads like that, because at that point you're not really gaining any lift off it as far as I can tell. Might be me being a little silly. Man, it was so far ahead now. Which they wouldn't be if I didn't have multiple wipeouts, of course, but didn't even make any noise when they wiped out. That was weird. Okay, so now I can try to catch up, which, see how much time that takes me. So they're pretty far ahead. And I only have 2 laps left. For love. Stop. Why can't... Something's wrong with this thing now. I can't even pause reliably. And we're at the end of an episode again already. No, I was just trying to position myself yet more, but I was way too late to do so. So far I'm saying this particular song is my favorite on this game's soundtrack. I do actually rather enjoy it. Okay, got less air on that one than usual that time. Yeah, it's weird that it just all of a sudden I find such a difficulty spike in this one specific race. I did pretty fine, I thought, on the other races. Well, granted, on the other races I had a crazy ATV by the end of it, didn't I? Or maybe not by the end of it, maybe from the start. Weird to everyone else, and here I'm actually on even footing again. And it would be weird for me to be so bad at racing ATVs compared to everything else, considering it's what I'm used to from the game prior. Not that the physics aren't noticeably changed in this game, but still. Maybe I only ever won because I was playing the numbers game in the game before this. I hate the turn that comes after that jump there. You really, really have to try not to end up on the left-hand side where they have a wall that you can land on, which has ruined me multiple times at this point. If it wasn't for that, I would actually have finished this race the first try. Here we go, I'll just see on the outside. Because the inside is raised, which is extraordinarily awkward to navigate. Which is fine, you're free to make difficult courses, I guess. But it's not very far in the game, I don't think. It's just kind of weird to have a difficult course like that already. Granted, I don't know how long career mode actually is. Oh, never mind. There's more of those, more of that famous censored music in ATV Offroad Fury. It's not anything profane or anything, it's just, they censor the word sleep with, which, like, they make it, it's one of those cases where it sounds like the song's actually more profane by them having censored it. Because you hear the word, because it's still very clear what's being said, but in the sense of like what message is being communicated, but you censor, you think it's because they're saying something profane, not because they just said the word sleep with and they thought that was too scandalous to have in the game. I repeat though, you have some selection of songs to use, right? Like, I'm sure that there are all sort of complications in choosing your game soundtrack when it's licensed like this. So maybe there are all sorts of things that decide what songs you do and don't include, and how big of a selection you really have to begin with, and so on. But if you're gonna be able to choose your soundtrack, why would you keep choosing things that have stuff in them that you feel the need to take out? At least in this game, in this case, it's from what I've been able to tell so far, they aren't removing nearly as much lyrical content in this game as they did in Offroad Fury 3, where they just chose songs like Mightier Than the Sword. I think that was the one. Where for some reason they decided that was the song they should have in the game, despite the fact that they also felt the need to censor almost fully half the lyrics, it feels like. And there were just entire stanzas that got removed from that song. You cannot make these things up and get away with the game. I'm going to hold you accountable to this some way. Somehow, when I finally finish ripping out all of your file names, which is precisely what this playthrough is for, I'm going to hold you accountable with all sorts of embarrassing XML mods as revenge for you completely making up issues of me being off course. That was the best way of doing that. We do have Astrid right on my tail. This is annoying. It's really just a game of not messing up too badly, not slowing down too much and letting someone get ahead of me, and also not like taking that well. Very good. I should not have. I didn't mean to do a reload there. That wasn't that big of a deal though. Don't land on that. Son of a. Come on now. It's gonna take me like a whole lap or something to catch up with the guy to start with. It really varies how much I manage to stay ahead in this race. It's kind of weird. Because sometimes I'll feel like I managed to get like a good couple seconds ahead, and then they gain on me in ways that I just cannot describe or justify. But again, like, if I can't get first in this race, how am I going to hope to get first in any of the others? Usually, it's more important to get better positions earlier in the race. God, you guys. so that you have a buffer to work with points-wise. Of course, you can also have a case where, well, this game has a rival system where you'll have a small number of people who are really the ones that are ahead in every race. So you can't, you kind of actually have to get first consistently in this game, it feels like, to... Darn it, if I took that turn better, I could have gained on it. Why did I preload there? It's not like the Offroad Fury experience where you can just kind of like average second or third and get first that way just because everyone else has a totally inconsistent performance. And it's completely different who gets in first each time. That turn a little poorly, but it's just if you take it quickly on what seems like a more intuitive racing line kind of on the outside-ish, what ends up happening is you end up flying way off on the left on the outside. Man, okay. That took some work. Boy, that's done finally. Ooh, I get a fantastic exhaust if I actually manage to win something. That's interesting. And also a sponsorship deal. Interesting. Okay, we'll do that next time. Hopefully I get one shot at it or something. We'll see.